Okay there people, how we doing? A new video here for you. We're an SSE external signal meter. This is the same as the one I have. It's belonging to my friend Andrew, and we're going to modify this to give it LED illumination. The same as my own one, which you've seen in some of my other videos. Now, someone at some point has put an LED in there, but you know, it's pretty weedy. It doesn't really light it up all that great, so we're going to go about it Irish ham style, and we'll get it sorted out. I'll just pop off this cover here and show you the way that they put the LED in there. These meters are handy enough to work on. Everything just pops off, so you can see there, and just turn it off. What they've done, they've just tied into the circuit here for the wiring of the existing light that was in there. They've used a 3mm flat top LED, bit weedy for the job, so we're going to sort it out and do it right. So what we'll do is this switch will come out, because this is for a dimmer, and it doesn't do anything with the LED. Where it would have had the normal incandescent bulb in it, it would have dimmed that. So we're just going to whip that out of there and get it sorted out. So we'll crack on with it. Right, so we have the lid off. It's pretty simple in there, nothing major. So this is the for the switch and the different resistors for dimming the incandescent bulb that would have been in there. So all that's going to come out, and we'll get ready to get the LEDs in there. So I've had a lot of requests or a lot of messages on YouTube from people, you know, what LEDs do you use, blah blah blah. So just to save you all the bother, I'm not telling. Go and figure it out for yourselves. That's what I had to do, so it's not that complicated. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So we'll crack on. Right, let's get rid of this LED they have in here. Soldered in on one side. Okay, let's get rid of that. Now we're going to do away with the wiring for the switch. These meters were made by a company in the UK, SSE Electronics. They're still in existence, and I actually got in contact with them before when I got my own meter. It wasn't working, so I was looking for some bits and pieces as to how it all worked, and the guy said the last time he sold one was in the early 80s, so I suppose it just goes to show how old they are. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the switch. Now we're left with a hole here, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to put in a 5mm LED in there, like a power indicator or whatever. Basically it's just to fill the hole. So put that in there to for use again. So we put in the bezel like that, and we'll stick in, we'll go with a green LED. Like that. So that's that. What we're going to do now is we're going to get the way I do it is I put the LEDs that I use to go on the inside of this cover that goes on the front of the meter. It just clips on. I've cheated slightly. I've pre-drilled the hole here, and the wires are going to go in to the inside of the meter here. It's just a bit handier than doing it externally or anything. Now we're lucky with these because this cover, as you can see, it's quite deep, so there is a bit of room in there. Some other meters I've seen, you don't have this luxury because it's basically, you know, 2 or 3 mil, and that's it. A lot of them now don't even open, so we're kind of lucky with this one that we can open it to get the LEDs. So let's get the LEDs in there and let's get it wired up. Okay, I'm just going to tip up the terminals here on the LEDs. Just going to tin them with a bit of solder. A little bit of flux. And so that's one done. I use in a meter this size, I use 2 LEDs. You can do it with one, but it ends up where you have a shadow. You get a column of light in the centre of the meter, and it just looks crap. Okay, and tested some of the. I've tested the LEDs to make sure they're okay. Always a worthwhile exercise. So I'll get on now and get the wiring done for the LEDs to illuminate the meters. Right, so that's the LEDs in. Going to reattach the front of this now. Let's feed the wire in through the hole. Right, that's the front of the meter back on. So, nice and neat. Right, so you just need to chain up the end of these wires. That's the resistor on for the diodes. Strip the end of that. It's for the green LED. And soldered up. Now get the piece of heat shrink ready to go over the diode. We want to solder that together. Oops. Done it again. Just tuck that down there out of the way. Now we just need the negative. Which will reach. So we'll just snip off the end of that. Get the negative end for the power supply coming in. I'll just snip that off and we'll start afresh. Shove that in place and solder it up. Okay, so that's the lot. Okay, all the wiring is done, so let's hit the switch and see what happens. Oh, here we are. So I think you'll agree it looks a lot better than the other one that was in there. Lights it up nice there now. The little indicator LED just fills up the hole. So simple enough. About an hour to do. Rigged up there, so that's pretty much it. So just stick the lid back on, and that's that. About an hour. it done. And lights it up quite nice as opposed to the other attempt. It worked fine, but just wasn't bright enough. So that's it now, lid back on. Let's light it up again. So there you have it. Nice job. It looks kind of crazy bright in the camera, but it's not that bright in reality. Just whatever way the cameras are. So live to fight another day. It'll look well in Andrew's shack now with all the rest of his stuff. So it's another video down. We'll be back soon. I have some projects I want to get done. So we'll get them all done on video, and hopefully you'll watch, and anybody new there, hopefully you'll subscribe. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll be back real soon.